Well, welcome to another Blinded by Spice. We're calling this Kentucky versus the world. Well, originally I was calling it Kentucky versus non-Kentucky, but that just didn't sound very good. Well, welcome to the second round of Kentucky versus the world. Well, tonight it's the world. And really, when I say world, bourbons made in the U.S., but not in Kentucky. So, 4 bourbons, all bottled in bond. The only difference, they're made outside of Kentucky. So, our first contestant is someplace I was just at. Chattanooga whiskey bottled in bond. Now, it didn't do real favorable in a blind I had recently, and that was against other Chattanooga whiskeys. But I had some ringers in there, and but tonight there is no ringers in here. I don't think there's any real ringers in here. The Bardstown is not in here. That would be a ringer, but that would be from Kentucky, right? This is all non-Kentucky. Next up, Whiskey Acres. This is from Illinois, I believe. I did a first pour on it, and I thought it was quite tasty. At some point, in my mind, I was thinking it was a 4-grainer. It's not. It's a wheated bourbon. I think it's 75% corn, 15% soft red wheat, and 10% malted barley. I believe I have that right. Next up, another wheater that I thought was, I don't know, but when I tasted it, I thought it was outstanding. The Southern Star Paragon, bottled in bond. It's a wheated bourbon whiskey. Last but not least, and you might say, hey Mike, that's a ringer. Really not, because I've never put it in a blind. The Ben Holladay 6-year bottled in bond. Now, I really like this Ben Holladay. I just thought, wow, this is a great bottled in bond. It is competing for the top slot in bottled in bonds in my brain, as small as it is. I really do like this. How it will do in a blind, it's never been in a blind, don't know, but we're going to find out tonight. So, these are our non-Kentucky contestants or the world. One of them is going to go up against the winner from last night. And if you've not watched last night's video, or actually I said last night, if you've not watched game 1, which was the Kentucky blind, I'm not going to tell you which one won. I'm going to make you go back and watch that one. But tonight's winner will go up against that in game 3, and we're going to determine who has the best bottled in bond, Kentucky or someplace else. So when we come back, we'll be set up and we're going to get right into this contest. All right, we're all set up, ready to go. My lovely assistant has poured these glasses. And if you didn't notice in the last game, these are new glasses. These are the Kentucky Bourbon Trail official glasses by Libby. So we're going to start off on glass 4. And after I go right to left and left to right, I'll score them, and then we'll start taking some off the podium. Wow. This has got some interesting fruit to it, along with molasses and brown sugar, but definitely some strong fruit. It's very nice, and I would say it's medium to dark fruit, raspberries, strawberries, maybe a little chocolate going on there. Cheers. That's very nice. Definitely got some good baking spice, a little pepper right up front. Tip the tongue. It's sweet. Seems to have a good coating. That's very nice. I'm going like, which one was that again? I like number 4. Let's go to number 3. Oh, this is a whole different smell. This is this smells like a wheater. It definitely, I've got a strong wheat aroma here. Now I've got two wheaters in here, so it's not that easy for me just to say, oh, that's the wheater. There's two of them. Which one? I think that's a wheater. Cheers. That's definitely a wheater. It's got a little bit of a different taste from my other wheaters, like my Weller's or my Bardstown. A little different going on there. Could be that Whiskey Acres. I haven't tasted that in a while. I don't think I've tasted it since I did the first pour on that. So we'll go to, this is glass 2, correct. Interesting. Why do I say that? I always say it's interesting, right? I can't tell what the aroma is. I'm getting some sweetness, but it's very mild. Cheers. There's hardly no spice to this up front. It's a very mild bourbon. It could also be a wheater. I mean, does not have your typical bourbon taste. I mean, I do have some kind of sweetness, brown sugar. Don't really get the molasses or maple. That could be wheater number 2. We'll know in a second, won't we? Glass 1. And this, this does smell more traditional. I'm used to having to get my, how am I going to get my nose in there? It's a damn big glass. Just put your nose in it, Mike. That's a nice aroma. I would say more bourbon-esque. I'm not really smelling any wheat in this one. Cheers. If this is a wheated bourbon, it's being disguised by bourbon. It's good. Oh, wow. Now I'm screwed because I don't know what anything is. I'm thinking, though, that these are the traditional bourbons. These may be the wheated bourbons. All right. We're going to do a little bit of scoring here, and we'll come right back, and we're going to take some off the podium. Okay, I did the initial score. We'll take one off, and then we'll see how we're doing here. So, I really thought that glass number 3 was my least favorite. So, we're definitely going to take off glass number 3. Glass 3 is in 4th place. Now down to, which ones were close? Actually, 2 and 3 were pretty close, so I'm going to 2 and 1. So let's check that again. That tastes like a wheater. Glass 1. I like that. All right, so I'm going to take off glass 2. Glass 2 is going to be in 3rd place. Now I'll do a new score between the 2 that are left. Back to the right, glass 4. That just got such a great aroma to it. That is a good bourbon. And I don't think it's a wheater. And, you know, I'm a wheated guy. I like a good wheated bourbon. I don't think that's a wheater, but it is tasty. Back to the left, glass 1. Close, but no fancy cigar. I'm going to tell you that glass 1 is in second place. So that means the winner tonight is glass 4. So we're going to get some of the stuff out of the way here, and we're going to come back for the reveal. Well, it's time for the reveal. Let's go to the card that my lovely assistant has made and see who was in 4th place. And that was glass number 3, was it not? Yes. Glass number 3 is the Whiskey Acres. Step Back Whiskey Acres. You know, there was just something about the taste was a little bit off from the other ones. I liked it, but just not as good. It just, I think I gave it like a 5 score. So not great when I was on my initial scoring. Yeah. So Whiskey Acres was last place. Glass number 2, isn't that 2? Yes. Glass number 2 was the Chattanooga. Wow. The Chattanooga ended up being 3rd. Also not doing well in a blind tonight. Wow. So we're down to 1st and 2nd. Glasses 1 and 4. This was glass 1. What was glass 1? The Southern Star. Take a step back, Southern Star. That was the wheated Southern Star Paragon. It was good. It's better than I remembered it. It's been a while since I tasted it, but definitely better than I remembered it. In 2nd place, that means the guy that's left standing up here is the Ben Holladay 6-year bottled in bond. I really like that Ben Holladay, and in a blind, it did well. I wasn't sure. I had kind of a feeling that it could be the Ben Holladay. I wasn't 100% positive. I said one of these is the Ben Holladay. And I'm surprised I didn't pick up the wheat as much as I picked it up in this one. So tonight, Ben Holladay wins the world, or at least the world outside of Kentucky. In their next game, Ben Holladay will go up against the winner of Kentucky to see who has the best bottled in bond, Kentucky or someplace outside of Kentucky. So please like this video, comment and share, and hit that subscribe button so we can keep bringing you quality content. I think it's quality. And always, never drink and drive. Please drink responsibly, and we'll see you next time. Southern, let's just start over.